Hi, Sherry here from your brand new job. How you going? Thought I'd jump on and do a little tip today in regards to your personal details on your resume. So I've had a couple of questions about this lately, and I've actually seen some people's resumes lately where they're putting way too much information into that section. So I thought that's probably a really good tip that I can give everybody out there. So I picked that for my subject today, and I'm glad that you've joined me here on my Facebook Live. And what I want to talk about is this. The section on your resume where you have to put your name and your contact details and all that sort of stuff. What do you put in there? How much is too much? What should you say? What shouldn't you say? So I think back a long time ago with resumes, we used to make this really super official, this area. And let's start with your name, for example. We used to put our full birth certificate names on our resumes, and it was just the normal thing to do. Everybody else did it, so you did it too. So what I want to say is it's not necessary. If your name's John Smith and all your friends call you John, put your name down as John Smith. Don't have to put Jonathan Leroy Albert Smith like all of your names on your birth certificate and your full names. Are you with me? So let's just make it nice and simple. You're known as John Smith, put your name down as John Smith. It's as simple as that. So don't worry about putting your official birth certificate names down and things like that. It's really not necessary today. You want someone to ring you and contact you and say, hey, John, not call you by your official birth certificate name. So don't worry about your middle name either. We don't need to know that. Not yet anyway. Maybe when we offer you the job and you're filling in all those application forms to set you up in the system, yes, they'll probably need your official name and your bank account details and all the rest of it to put your pay into. But for now, for the resume, let's just take away all of those official names and just put down what you're known as, what everyone calls you. Don't put nicknames though. I don't mean to put Jono down, just put John. You with me? So if all your mates call you Jono, don't put that down. Just John, if that's your name. Okay, so that sorts the name out. Now, another thing is your address. So a lot of people get stuck on this one too. Should I put my address? Shouldn't I put my address? Well, my answer to that is simple. If you want to put your address, put your address. It's up to you. If you don't want to put your address, just put the suburb and the city that you live in. So put the suburb and the city. You don't have to give out your street address as such on a resume if that's not what you want to do. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you think that that makes you feel unsettled and that you don't like that, well, don't do it. It's no big deal. But by putting your suburb and the city that you live in, so that will show, because one of the things that they do look at when they're looking at your resume is, will this person stay in this job for a long time if we offer them this job? So pretend they offer you the job. One of the things they always consider is if it's difficult for you to get to work every day, meaning it's going to take you an hour's travel or an hour and a half's travel or anything like that to get to that location where your work is, where you're based at, they will see that straight away as this person's probably not a suitable candidate, because statistics have shown that people that travel that far a distance to get to their workplace every day, they don't stay very long in their workplace. They're short-termers and they move on. So if the company's looking for someone that's going to stay in that position for a long time, and you show your suburb where you live, they can then gauge that would only take them 20 minutes to get here or half an hour or whatever. So this is could be a potential candidate here. So can you see how that can make it kind of like a little bit of a plus for you if you're applying for a job that's not too far away from where you live? So that is a plus, okay? So when it comes to putting your address down, if you're not comfortable putting your street address, don't. It's no big deal. But put your suburb and the city that you live in. That's enough information. And that may just be enough to help bring you in for that interview too. Little tips like that. Now, age. Oh, this one drives me crazy. Do not put your DOB, your date of birth, on your resume, please. Nobody needs to know that. That's your personal business. Your resume's job is to get you invited to the job interview. You go putting your age on there, and they're going to see clearly how old you are. And then you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, well, even though this person seems to have everything that we want, all the skills that we're looking for, we kind of was looking for someone a little bit older. Or we were kind of hoping to get someone a bit younger. Or whatever. And just that alone could be enough for them not to invite you to an interview. Because you've gone and advertised exactly how old you are. So don't advertise how old you are. Keep them guessing, guys. Let them invite you into the interview. Then you've got the chance in that interview to win them over, and they'll say, look, even though we were hoping for someone in their mid-30s for this job, we're actually really impressed with this guy, even though he's in his mid-40s. And boom, you could get the job. It's as simple as that. So let's not advertise it and prevent someone from inviting you in for a job interview. No date of births. Get rid of them, okay? Marital status. You know, some people put down that their marital status on the resume. I've seen that too. Not necessary. Not interested. They're not interested at that point when they're looking at your application on what your marital status is. So don't put it on. You know, you might put your name down as Mr. John or Mrs. So-and-so. Well, that's enough if you want to do that. Or just put your name. If you don't want to put the Mr. or the Mrs. or anything else in front of it, that's okay too. Now, the other one I wanted to talk about was citizenship. So this one here, a lot of people I've seen that have come from overseas and they're applying for jobs here, they really point out that they've got Australian citizenship and things like that on their resume. Like, really make it a big point that they put on their resume. Even the date or the citizenship paper number or whatever they do, they put all those details. It's not necessary to put that on your resume. Now, in saying that, what I want to tell you is this. If you're applying for a job and it says in the job ad, must be an Australian citizen or something like that, or must have whatever, and they're specifically asking for evidence of that, I'm okay for you to put it, but not on your resume. I want you to put that in your cover letter. You with me? It doesn't need to be on your resume. So address what they're asking for in that cover letter when it comes to that, and make a note of it there. Don't make a big deal of it. Just note it down in your spiel on your cover letter. It doesn't belong on your resume. It's not necessary. Okay? So please do that. If you've got any more questions about personal details, start typing them down there in that chat box and I certainly will help answer them. But I think I've hit the big ticket items, which is your name, whether you should put your official birth certificate name, your age or your date of birth or something like that. I've hit that one. Don't do that either. The other one is the marital status and your address. Your address is a really sneaky one. So, because they do look at that all the time. Because, like I just said before, it's proven that a lot of people will go to a workplace that have to travel over an hour and a half or whatever, and they won't stay at that job for long. And if that company has had that happen to them before, they'll be on the lookout for that when they're looking at the resumes. We're not going to get someone else to replace this person that has to travel just as long, because then we put all the effort into training these people and then they leave on us. You with me? So please don't feel as if you have to put your street number or anything. Just the suburb that you live in and the city, of course. So marital status, age, date of birth, citizenship, your address, and your official name versus your normal name that everybody calls you. So don't make it too official, all right? Not on the resume. Okay, it's more personal. Guys, if you want any more tips on job applications and resumes and cover letters and all sorts of things, I've been doing a tip every single day and putting it on my Facebook page. So if you'd like to get some more tips, all you got to do is click on the link and follow me on Facebook, and you'll get notifications when I'm doing one of these Facebook lives, and I'll give you more and more tips all the time. So get out there, fix up those things on your resume. Thanks for watching me, and I'll see you next time. Hey, Cindy, how you going? Love listening to your tips. Good on you, Cindy. I love presenting them for you as well. Cindy, if you or anybody else out there would like a particular subject that you'd like a tip on, please get down there and tell me what it is, because I'd love to do a Facebook Live on some tips that are really something that you're really stuck on. So if you want something, put it down in the comments section, guys. My name is Sherry. My business is called Your Brand New Job, and I'm happy to be sharing these tips with you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye, Cindy.